I'm currently reading, I actually brought it with me. This is Louise Penny's The Cruelest Month. It's one of a series of mystery novels that take place in Quebec, Canada. That is such a hard question. It's depends on what mood I'm in, but I guess I always say that if I really had to answer that question, I go back to Little Women by Louisa May Alcott, because it's something that I read when I was a kid. It was my mom's favorite book too, so it's kind of a tradition. I'd have to say, this is going to sound silly, but The Stories of Winnie the Pooh by A.A. Milne. It was the only bedtime story I ever wanted. Those were the only stories, I should say, I ever wanted. I never did the fairy tales or anything like that. And my dad and I would read them again and again and again until I actually had parts of them memorized and laugh at all the same places. And I still have the copy of the book. It's still one of my favorite things in the world. Winnie the Pooh is still my favorite character. I read a little bit of everything. I like mysteries. I like romance novels. I like fantasy. I've actually taken a lot of ideas from the students that I've taught. So over the years, The Hunger Games, the Divergent series, Harry Potter, I read all of those because kids said I should. And it just depends on my mood. I do read some nonfiction, just depending on the subject. If it sounds interesting, I'm big on fiction now. Just anything and everything. Horror, Stephen King's a favorite. I'm gonna go with at least a couple of dozen. It depends. I read a lot more when I have more time. So like during the breaks, I can read for hours at a time. But I read every day on the tram, going back and forth. I'll sit down with a book at dinner sometimes, just depending on what I'm doing. Sometimes on the weekend, I can sit and read a book and realize that 3 hours has gone by and I have no idea what's happened. My favorite reading place is probably just curled up in the big fluffy chair in my apartment, or sometimes even at my kitchen table. And I'm reading, I'm eating dinner and just reading at my kitchen table. So.